Hi, I'm Victor Picar. I am the writer and perspective director of Crystal Falls Drive. I've lived in Maryland pretty much my whole life. At 19, I went in the Marine Corps and served 5 years as a corrections officer. After that, I went to Towson University, got my bachelor's in nursing, and I've been doing that since. And now I'm looking at making a movie. The idea for Crystal Falls Drive kind of started all the way back in high school, actually. I was driving around with my instructor at these just rural back roads, and you're talking about whatever, and he brought up this other student in the class and said, "Hey man, what's going on with this guy? He seems like he could really use a friend." And I thought about that, and it kind of dawned on me that these instructors are driving around with everybody. They really don't get to choose their students. And you're locked in this intimate space with these people for up to 2 hours at a time, and all kinds of conversations can occur, all kinds of stories can come out. And it just struck me as a really great way to tell a story with one central figure, but also reach out to several different perspectives of people that he's interacting with in this space. Crystal Falls Drive is about this guy named Joe. He's a driving instructor in a rural Western Maryland town. And the first half of the film kind of focuses on his interaction with these high school students he's teaching for their in-car sessions. And they're an interesting cast of characters who he has, positive relations with or kind of iffy relationships with, and how he builds that with them. And then the second act focuses on his interactions with them after this local tragedy and how he helps them cope with and kind of understand the event and get them through it. The message of Crystal Falls Drive focuses primarily on suicide prevention. Back in high school, my best friend and I were unfortunate enough to witness the suicide of a very good friend of ours. And then 3 years later, another close friend in the group committed suicide as well. And it was a very difficult time for everybody. People, aren't always understanding of the event. They can be quite cruel. And it took us all a really long time to kind of come to peace and work through that. And I thought it was important to create a story that could help other people in a similar situation help get through this event. And even for those people kind of on the periphery of it, to have a little bit more empathy and understanding of what happens here. And, if they can, prevent it from happening in the first place. I always said when we start out with this project, my ultimate goal is that if I can get one person to change their course of action from suicide or to help, a survivor get through that, I would consider this a success. The Kickstarter for Crystal Falls Drive is to help us get our legs under us. When I originally set out and wrote this script, I wanted it to be done in an independent kind of space where a couple guys could go out with basic film equipment and try and make an important and impactful story. With that being said, there's certain things, no matter how creative you are, we need a little bit of funding for. We're going to be shooting in moving vehicles with inexperienced characters driving them and making them do things they're not supposed to do, so we have to be able to do that in a safe way, and that's going to cost a little bit of money. We are going to need some rigs to film inside and outside of the car. That's going to cost money. Ultimately, as this project evolves, we're going to need some talented actors who can bring these characters to life and really do justice to the story. And again, those people have to get paid and compensated for their time. So with this initial $5,000, our idea is to film a series of shorts and a web series that we can release and kind of build the fan base, generate some buzz and what this project is about, kind of the general vibe of it. And we're going to take those shorts, we're going to cut them into a full-length theatrical trailer, hopefully have, about the first 5-6 minutes of the film opening filmed, and be able to use that to kind of build a bit of momentum towards filming an entire feature.